Yeah. So we have 1, 2, and we can do that from the front, or we can just come across, kicking to the side of the knee, right around here, called the kaku. I grab the guy, I come in with a lock, so I can do that. Ninja. Hey guys, Sensei George here. Today I'm going over some solo training tips. I recently had a request from Atlas MMA about how to add some taijutsu strikes into his shadowboxing routine. So let's get down to business. The first part is words have power. I know you guys see me wearing some boxing gloves. I like to train with them occasionally, but I'm very conscious about what I'm doing with them on. And the reason I bring this up is because, again, words have power. So if I say shadow boxing, that means I'm going to be shadow boxing. That means I'm limiting myself to about, the few basic strikes of jab, cross, uppercuts, hooks, cross counters, and body hooks from those motions. And taijutsu is so much more. Remember, it's body techniques. So this is something to be mindful about when you start wearing gloves on and you say you want to do taijutsu techniques. So start saying you're doing shadow taijutsu or shadow ninpo. And it'll have a huge difference because ninpo is pressure points. It's grabbing the flesh. It's doing locks. It's doing throws. So as you approach taijutsu, that's something that you want to keep in mind, is that it's very diverse. Make sure that you're consciously tapping into all those different roots. Okay, so now, gloves are off. The reason that I like training with the gloves though is because they weigh a little bit more, they help you punch faster the more you train with them. So it's a good resistance training. So now, 3 techniques that I'm going to add into your routine, Atlas MMA. Number 1 is going to be the knife hand. Okay, so the knife hand can be done as a downward chop or a forward chop. Okay, so we have 1, 2, and we can do that from the front, or we can just come across and do the same strike. Yeah, so that's here, bringing it up, chop down. Here, bringing it up, chopping across and down. Yeah, so that's the first technique that I want to say that you can add into your shadow taijutsu now. The second is the uke block. So this is when we use our fist. And note that my forearm and palm are aligned, therefore my knuckles are sticking out. And what I do is I pop it up as a strike from underneath. I do this as a check in case someone else tries to throw a quick punch. And when I move offline, instead of just, parrying it or moving offline, I come in with it as an attack. I'm trying to chip away at my opponent's fighting spirit. He comes to jab me in my face, I lean back, and I come up from underneath using my knuckles to try it and strike his nerves and make him want to punch at me less. If I can get to the outside and strike to the back of his hand with my knuckles and break some metacarpals, even better. Yeah. Number 3, I want to add in soku yakugiri. Okay, ball of the foot kick. So make sure you do this drill and you're making sure that the ball of your foot is what's making impact with the ground, not your heel. So with soku yakugiri, our target's going to be the knee. Okay, we have to know the kyusho that we're striking. So I'm in kamae, and when the person comes in for a punch or something, I move offline, and I kick to the kneecap. Yeah, I'm kicking to the side of the knee, right around here, called the kaku. And I would move offline, strike that, and then I can follow up with additional strikes, such as the knife hand. So if I kick it, and he falls down, and I shoot him across the bridge of his nose, he's gonna fall back. It's very important that when you're doing shadow taijutsu, that you imagine your uke. Okay? They have to come in with strikes. They have to keep you on your head, on your feet. That when they're coming in for your head, you move offline, you're doing your blocks, you come in to kick, they fall, they have reactions, okay? If you're just constantly attacking a guy and nothing's really going on, I'm just throwing these punches, but I'm not imagining he's attacking me or anything. I'm just doing cardio workout at that point. But if I imagine a guy, I'm slipping punches, I'm doing cross counters, I'm coming up from underneath, I grab the guy, I come in with a lock, and different things like that, that'll bring out your shadow taijutsu, where you're actually interacting with an imaginary uke and bringing your training to the next level. So we have the knife hand chopping down, we have the block coming up from underneath, we have the kick, which is attacking the knee, and you can use the front leg or the back leg for that. So you can move offline, come in, or dodge, and using the front leg still attack the same area. So now, to give you a few combos with these that you can use. So for the knife hand, I actually like using the ricochet knife hand that's found in Gyokoru. So one of the things that may happen is that the person can come up with an attack. Instead of blocking it, I'm actually going to use my rear hand and knife hand strike it away, and then immediately bouncing that hand back to the face. You can hit to the temple or the center line of the face to be able to affect your opponent. So again, just showing that one real quick. Moving, 1, 2, 1, 2. And this can be done from the outside or inside. So the guy threw his punch and I went to the outside. I struck his arm down. I shoot at him in the face. This would essentially bend his arm and strike him there. If I went to the inside, I went 1, 2. That would strike his arm away and then again bounce to the face. And this sets it up so you can hit all the Kyusho that you want to go for each time. Now, using the blocks. You can use it so that when you're moving offline, keep your distance. This is a distance tool. I want to try to feint the guy in to come from my face, and as he does, I lean back, dropping into the block. I stay out of the distance. This isn't something you try to do if you're being overwhelmed because you can't control your distance as well. It's when you're still gauging that distance. When someone comes out with a jab, it's them gauging their distance. You treat your Jodan Uke in a sense like a jab of, you know your opponent's trying to gauge your distance, so you intercept that, and then you can follow up with some stuff. So one of my favorite combos is doing a Jodan Uke and coming in with a jab or cross with that same motion. So again, I'm here, 1, 2, and I come in immediately. And now you can combo it of 1, 2, 3, 4, moving in. You don't sit there, you don't go, okay, he's there, I'm still in a stance, you follow up. And very important, again, the legs. If I stay focused on my arms, I'm just gonna become a boxer with a few different hand postures. That's when I immediately start thinking about kicks. You gotta layer and level things up. So, now let's add a combo with all three. Guy comes in to try to punch me, I Jodan Uke, he comes in against. I do this one more time, and I bounce to a Shuto. So I go 1, 2, and I see that his rear leg is open and his knee is there. So I blast the knee. So I go 1, 2, 3, kick the knee. And while the knee comes down and he buckles, you have one more punch. So this is how I use my imagination. I make sure that my Tori and Uke relationship is going on appropriately. If someone's actually coming in to try to hurt me, I move offline and I follow through with my attacks. But I just don't do a barrage of attacks. I have to sort of act like the person I'm hitting or striking is reacting to the strikes. And you'll often see me at times in my own personal training if I punch and I get like blocked away myself, because nothing's ever gonna go 100%. If I go to punch and I go offline, I gotta be able to adjust. If I punch and the guy moves off, I have to adjust accordingly and then come in and follow up. So it's important to also sort of play with your misses. So if I come to do a kick and he moved off the line, being able to kick him because he moved, or being able to immediately adjust and attack from different angles. So I gave you 3 tools: the inside wrist blocks, Jodan Uke, the knife hands, so you have downward and forward, or coming to the outside down. And then I gave you the knee kick. So that's again moving off the line, using your rear leg or your front leg, using the ball of your foot and kicking to the sides of the knee to cause the leg to buckle and setting you up for follow-throughs. Now, play around with those, mix these in, have some fun, and stay moving. Imagine a real opponent coming after you. He's coming in with a barrage of punches, you need a block or something, move offline, start laying these in there. Mix it in to whatever techniques you're already working on. You seem to have some chain punching going on from Wing Chun. So you can still do the same thing of Shuto down, the knife hand, and when the moment that his face is open, follow in with that. 1, there, and then his legs are exposed, reaping that and taking them down. The more that you do this, and the more techniques you gather eventually, you're going to want to strike, move in, do some arm locks, grappling, etc. This will bring your shadow taijutsu, shadow ninpo to the next level. If you, again, just want to call it shadow boxing, make sure you make the conscious effort to include these different elements. So, thank you for watching. どうもありがとうございました。